Welcome back for another video. In this video we'll look at the top players with predicted points in Gameweek 13 and over the next 4 game weeks up until the World Cup, to help make your transfer plans and captaincy easier. To up your game this season, make sure you subscribe to the channel. More Gameweek 13 content to come before the deadline. So let's start with the goalkeepers, and Alisson's top of Gameweek 13 projections, marginally ahead of Ederson with 4.4 points. Liverpool are away to Forest at the weekend, a very favourable fixture. City come out of their blank game week the only team to get rest, with Arsenal playing in the Europa League, and Ederson's projected 4.3 points home to Brighton. Pickford's perhaps the best value keeper for the final 4 game weeks, projected 15 points between now and game week 16 and only 4.5 mil. Everton are home to Crystal Palace this weekend, followed by Fulham, Leicester and Bournemouth. Ramsdale's projected 3.9 points alongside Pickford for this game week, and Arsenal away to Southampton on Sunday. Ramsdale's 4 clean sheets this season is joint second highest, Ederson top with 5. Despite that, Ramsdale's dropped to 4.9 mil since the season began. You'd imagine many managers going for Arsenal defenders instead, as there's been a lot of value there too. And we'll take a look at the defenders next to see who's top. So looking at defenders, and it's Alexander-Arnold top for Gameweek 13, projected 5.3 points against Nottingham Forest. Having only just returned from injury and in a busy schedule, he is a little bit of a gamble, but he's projected the most points of all defenders for the next 4. And Klopp has used him plenty in both midweek and weekend games historically, so it doesn't necessarily point towards a benching at any point. If you're looking for a safer route into Liverpool's defence, it's Van Dijk with 4.5 projected points, but over the next 4 he's got 4.5 less points projected in total. Nonetheless, he's third top for Gameweek 13 projections among defenders. If you don't own any City defenders, it's worth trying to find a route to Cancelo or Ederson. They're perhaps the best 2 options for the final 4. City could easily go without conceding over the next 4, they're that good at the moment. West Ham are home to Bournemouth in Gameweek 13, which is a strong fixture for clean sheet potential, and West Ham are 4th on the fixture ticker from now until the World Cup. Cresswell's projected 4.2 points and even carries some attacking threat. His teammate Kehrer also among the projections for 0.3 mil less. Gabriel's projected 4.1 points, and he's perhaps the more sensible pick between him and Saliba on reflection, despite the latter being on more points. Saliba is on 4 yellow cards for the season, so 1 more would lead to a 1-match suspension. If you're looking for a really cheap route into Liverpool's defence, then Gomez is projected 3.7 points, but his ceiling is generally very low, 6 points max. In fact, in his last 4 seasons he has just 1 assist. By all means, it doesn't make him a bad pick, but you get what you pay for. Onto the midfielders, and top by some stretch next game week is Salah, predicted 7.6 points by FPL Review's algorithm. It's an away game to Forest, who have conceded 23 goals this season, the second most being Leicester, conceding 24. He's absolutely viable for captaincy as an alternative to Haaland, who will no doubt be the most popular captain again. As always, it carries a risk with a high reward if it comes off. Leave a comment below where you're leaning for captaincy this week. De Bruyne's in second with 5.8 points, and as we discussed in the last video, City are the only team to have a rest midweek. With Arsenal playing in Europa League and all Premier League teams playing in Gameweek 12. It may not significantly alter the outcome much, but that extra recovery period is worth noting. Saka and Martinelli are among the projections too, and Arsenal come out of the blank game week with a lovely stretch of games until the World Cup. The decision for many of us is whether to sell Trossard straight away, who does face City, and if so, who to sell him for. If you're a Trossard owner, this segment is particularly relevant for you. Saka's projected slightly more points, though Foden will have had that rest, and he is on more points over the season. They really both look like excellent picks. Bowen's worth a shout as well, but he is projected the least of the 3. Elsewhere, Son's projected 5.6 points, home to Newcastle on Sunday, and Sterling 4.5 points versus Man United on Saturday. Zaha with 4.4 points just misses out this game week. Maddison returns from suspension, but also doesn't quite make the projections with 3.9 points versus Wolves. Onto the forwards, and it's Haaland back on top with 7.7 points, so we're talking about a 0.1 point difference between him and Salah, which is negligible. Haaland and Salah are the 2 standouts for captaincy this week. If you tend to be a safer manager that likes to slowly chip away at your rank, then Haaland's the one. Or if you like a bit of a risk with high upside rank swings, then Salah's the one to bet on this week. Kane deserves a mention as well, projected 6 points for the Newcastle match. If it wasn't for Haaland, we'd all be talking about how essential Kane is with the consistency he's shown so far. As Callum Wilson tweeted last week, they need to introduce a silver boot for all the other footballers, and Haaland can have his golden boot. Jesus is a very good pick for the final 4 game weeks as well. He's on 54 points, and only Haaland and Kane are higher for expected goal involvement over the season among forwards. No one in the league has taken more than Jesus' 101 touches in the penalty area either. Bamford transferred himself into his FPL team last game week and captained himself in Gameweek 12. If you watch these videos, then good news Patrick, you're projected 4.7 points against Fulham. Fulham travel to Leeds, and this season they're worse in the league for expected goals conceded in away games, with 11.05 XGC, more good news for Bamford. Mitrovic is however close behind on the projections with 4.3 points, Watkins and Aubameyang not far behind but ones to avoid with better picks elsewhere. Tony just misses out on the projections as well with 3.9 and Solanke with 3.5. That wraps up the Gameweek 13 Players to Buy video. If it was helpful, hit like as always, subscribe and drop a comment below. I'll read all your comments, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on captaincy and Trossard replacements. See you soon for the next one.